Welcome to adulthood.
Beautiful twin sisters.
Beautiful twin sisters. Beautiful twin sisters.
How are we like little kids that are just adults now?
Bro, that's what Dad always says.
Yeah.
Dad's always like, I'm a little kid that just looks old. Like,
Yeah.
that's always what our dad says. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And now I'm starting to understand him.
Yeah, it's kind of the realization where you're like, oh my God, my parents were just like me. Or like mentally, I feel like, at least I'm 25.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the frontal
Lobe
lobe has
development?
developed. But how much more can like your personality change as you age? You know what I mean? Of course, there's a certain amount of wisdom and whatever, but I'm kind of like, my parents are literally just like me.
Yeah. I feel like I was literally, okay, this is so crazy. This whole episode is going to be about navigating adulthood. But
Yes.
this is a crazy topic that I was thinking about earlier was it's weird how now that we're like in our mid 20s, I see our aunts and uncles as our peers more.
What?
And also kind of our parents.
Whoa.
Like I feel like obviously they're still
Oh, but it's not like they're authoritative figures necessarily.
I mean, of course to a certain extent, but like the
Yeah.
way that we're able to talk to them is like equal to equal now
yeah.
instead of like baby to adult.
Yeah.
So that's a weird thing. And also, bro, getting to know your adult family members more as you age is crazy.
That is crazy.
Like I feel like my parents have become my friends. My
Yes.
aunts and uncles have become my friends. It is so weird. Hey guys, wanted to pop in real quick to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring this episode. HelloFresh makes it easier to fit quick home-cooked meals into your schedule with their curated delicious recipes. Feel great with meals that fit your spring schedule and make the season even more delicious. Go to hellofresh.com/twin10fm now to get 10 free meals with a free item for life. One per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan.
and your baby cousins have brains and thoughts.
Yeah, when you grow up alongside your cousins and you're like, oh my God, we used to like play together.
Bro,
we used to
I
play
used to
Minecraft.
hold them as a baby.
Right? I used to change your effing diaper and now you're applying to college? What the
Yeah.
hell is this? Actually,
You did
so
not
weird.
change any of their diapers.
No, I didn't.
You
I've
were
never changed a
literally like,
diaper.
you're like maybe 5 years older. That would be like,
That would be whack.
You're
Never
7,
mind.
like changing their diaper.
No, I don't think I've ever changed a diaper, period. Have you?
I think I have a couple times. I think I have.
Whose
but
diaper? You would remember if you'd changed a diaper.
I don't know if I really did it myself, but I have been present during diaper changes. I will say
Well,
that for Andrew, for
me
our
as well.
cousins. No, but you weren't in it like I was, girl.
Never have I ever witnessed a diaper change. I put my finger down.
Okay, but no, the thing is, I never really babysat a kid that needed their diaper changed. So I've never really changed a diaper, but I feel like before I have a kid, that's really an experience I should have, question mark.
Who wants to donate their baby for Ashley's diaper changing lessons? This is part of adulthood, girl. You gotta learn.
Gotta learn. Well, I can't wait. This is probably what I'm the most excited for about adulthood.
Changing that diaper.
Yes.
That's gonna be a huge day for you.
I heard that boys, when they're babies, when you change their diapers, they always pee on you.
Ugh, don't tell me that.
Oh.
That's about to be my, what's it called?
Your last
Natural
straw?
birth control? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that will stop me from having a kid.
Bruh.
But actually, I was wondering, girl, how would you describe your adulthood experience in like 3 words?
What the fuck?
What? WTF. Those are your 3 words.
WTF, I'm an adult. No, I do feel like an adult. And when I think about myself when I was 18, 19, I think I felt like an adult when I was 18, 19. Or I
Really,
felt-
girl?
Yeah, I felt older. I think every like year from, I don't know, like age 15 to like 21, like you age so much in every
year?
single year. Yeah. So I felt like I was old, I guess, when I was like 18, 19, 20, because I'm like, I'm literally in college. Like, this is
Adult life.
adult life. And now that I am, in fact, 25, and Amber is also 25
21.
because we are siblings.
Beautiful twin sisters.
You're not 21 also.
I'm 20. I'm 19.
Okay, she's
I am
23.
13. Did you know every time I go through TSA, I put my hair in two braids because it's easier to travel with my hair in two braids. And usually I'll also wear a hood
and glasses.
And occasionally, glasses and like literally a face mask. So all you see is like my physical shape and my braids every damn time. Yeah. Every damn time the TSA agent is like, honey, they're like, are you old enough to have an ID? Or they'll talk to mom and be like, is she old enough? Like, I literally, when we were flying home from
traveling
LA,
alone?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
It was something like, they'll ask me how old I am, or this
I've
recent
been there
time
where they literally thought you were like 12. And then you showed them your ID and they were like, oh my God.
Yeah, when we were flying home from LA, I was with mom. I was wearing my classic travel gear.
Yeah.
And the TSA lady asked mom, is she old enough to have an ID? And then mom was like, ah! Like, what the fuck? She was like, she is 23. And then the lady was like, oh. And I'm like, what the hell? I guess it's a compliment, but also
I think it's a flex.
Kind of a flex.
I think it's funny.
I wish it had a better use. Is there any hacks I can do with pretending to be a kid? Maybe I could sneak into a theme park for a cheaper ticket.
Oh, maybe.
That would be fire.
You could eat off the kids menu, maybe.
Kids menu! Bro, I need to use this. Okay, actually, that's amazing. But to respond to your thought of feeling old when you were 18, I think the difference for me between being 18 versus like 23 right now is that when I was 18, I felt like I had matured. But by 23, the vibe is that I've acquired more responsibilities. Because when I was 8, like I have the same brain as when I was 18, kind of.
No, really?
But just the amount of responsibilities I have has increased so much.
I think I'm so much more mature than when I was 18.
Okay, maybe you're right about that too. But no, I definitely don't have my 18-year-old brain. You're so right about that, girl.
I'm
but
like, really?
In my head, I was like, yes, I am like a grown person. Like I'm not thinking like a full child anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, the main growth that has happened since I was 18 is the responsibilities and stupid tasks that I have to do now. So if I were to describe my 3 words of adulthood, number 1, customer service.
Okay.
Oh, customer service helpline. Those are my 3 words. I'm always
What did you just
on
say?
customer service helpline. That is my adulthood experience. I'm always on that damn phone.
Oh, like-
I'm always on the customer service helpline with United Airlines, Delta Airlines, American Airlines, Amex Travel. Help me. I hate it. Why am I always on the phone trying to change a flight? Literally my whole life is being on hold, booking a flight, thinking that I got it down. Oh my God, suddenly the flight is delayed. The flight is canceled. I'm going to miss my layover. I got to change the flight.
You booked the wrong flight.
I booked the flight on the wrong day. Fuck, I got to rebook it. I booked a train without the flex. And now if I cancel my ticket, I don't make my money back. Dang it. Next time I got to book my Amtrak train with flex. Dang it. Dang it.
Dang it. Wow.
I hate it. That's the difference. Is this what life
Your
is
mommy's
about?
not helping you no more.
Girl, I can't. I need a mommy
Girl,
to
I
do this for
can't.
me.
Bruh. Well, I love that I just realized I completely ignored your initial question to
Yeah,
me.
what are your
Sorry,
3
I don't
words?
know why I didn't even process that whatsoever, but I guess my 3, I didn't hear you honestly say that at all. Are you sure you asked me that as a question?
Guys, reverse the tape. I said it.
Okay.
Say it now. What
I'm
are
really
your 3
sorry.
words?
My 3 words of adulthood would be growth.
Okay, you're taking this seriously.
Yes.
You're answering this
Okay,
question.
one of your words was customer.
customer.
Okay.
What else?
Anyways, hear me out. Growth in the sense of maturity and just growth in general. The second word will be taxes.
Oh.
You know the vibes. And the third word is nostalgia or sentimentality.
Period, girl. That is so real.
Yes, because I think as you get older, you also feel more sentimental about life and how fast life passes you by. And I think when you hit a milestone birthday, like 25, then you're like, ooh, I'm a quarter of the way through my life.
Yeah.
More or less.
Let's hope it's a quarter of the way.
Yes, I anticipate that I will live until at least 105. So
Inshallah,
I don't
you
think
will.
it is quite quarter life yet.
Yes.
But yeah, I think the parents really feel this sentimentalness, and I can tell when they talk.
Yeah, they are so sentimental.
They're very
these days.
sentimental. Same goes for Kelly's parents. They're also super sentimental, which is really
Parents
sweet.
be
But
like-
I think it's a good thing. And it's
Obviously,
super
yeah.
nice. But even for me, I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. And I miss a lot of aspects of childhood where I'm like, oh, it's not replicable. And
know
it will
what?
never be replicable for us again. And then I'm going to go about the next 75 years of my life or whatever, not
Never.
having some of the experiences, like the nice experiences that you have for like 10 years of childhood.
The joy and whimsy.
It's crazy. Yeah. And
You
then
know
for like
what?
literally the rest, you won't have it. That's like a long ass time, like the majority of your life. I guess
Don't cut it out. Don't say it's impossible. Let's
but-
try.
But I'm thinking about being in elementary school,
Oh, don't say
having
that.
Santa Claus come to your auditorium, like doing school projects and like being stupid and not knowing how to read. I
Right?
can't replicate it anymore.
Imagination.
Yeah.
Playing with your friends and using your imagination.
Reading Captain Underpants.
Fuck.
Yes.
No, you know what? That's also, I have like flashbacks of elementary school, like emotions.
Bro,
where I'm
me
like
too.
in that desk, it's raining. I like remember the scent. I'm like, this feeling like is guiding my entire life.
Bro.
Like that, I don't know what it is,
No.
but that means so much to me.
There are feelings that I wish I could have again that I had like in middle school that sometimes I feel like I
Right?
can have back, but I literally think
It's not
has
the
low key
same.
been taken away from me in a certain way from social media. I don't know. I don't know how to. Okay, let me try to verbalize this, but
Okay.
I feel like back in the day, well, actually, some of the feelings I got were from social media,
Like
but
OG social
OG
media?
social media.
Yeah.
Watching Bethany Moda do a YouTube video and being like, "This is the best thing I've ever seen," and like
Yeah.
wanting your life to be that way, or like seeing cool Tumblr pictures and like really like looking up to like people that post on Tumblr like that, or
Yes.
seeing like clothes at Abercrombie and being like, this is so cool. Like, I want to wear this so bad. And like, I love the vibe of going to the Abercrombie and it's dark and the smell of it. And
Yes.
that experience is also gone. It's so
And
sad.
so you
But,
think current day social media has taken that from you?
I don't really know what I meant by that, but I just think there's so much overconsumption and there's just so much out there that like the cool like
Things
trends of back in the day aren't like
exist.
they aren't hitting like they used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the last trend that really hit?
I don't know.
I think during COVID, everyone was posting photos with like hyper saturated. That was like the last thing that was
that was
kind of
fire.
something. And I didn't even really like that trend. But I think the main thing that I take away from your whole point is that when you were a kid, things were very inspiring and
It
you
was
were
new.
like, it was new and fresh. And I think you were developing your taste and the
Yeah.
things that you liked. And it was really cool to like find your niche and things that light a flame under you and like give you inspiration and
Light a
stuff.
fire under your ass.
Yeah, light a
Just
fire
kidding.
under your ass. But when I think of Bethany Moda and the type of YouTube that I used to consume, it honestly, like, I don't even know the YouTube algorithm was so crazy back in the day. Like, I don't, if I were to watch those right now, I'm not sure if I would even, I think I went back and I watched some of my OG YouTube videos and I like did not feel the same way.
Really?
And I,
Well, maybe your attention span is fucked up.
maybe that's true. Maybe, yeah, right. I think the videos were a little too slow for me.
Okay, wait. I actually know what I meant from earlier by saying social media kind of, in a way, has not like ruined that feeling for me, but it's in a way, it's a double-edged sword here. I'm gonna
Okay.
explain. So back in the day, I'm like, I fucking love these Bethany. Actually, I'm sorry, Mom, for swearing. I love these Bethany Moda videos. Like, they are literally making me feel amazing. I'm like, this is iconic and I need my life to be this way. Now, okay, this is a very like privileged thing to say, I guess, but like Bethany Moda and I are mutuals. What
That's crazy
What
for
the
you.
hell,
Girl, that's just your
Me and Laura
experience.
DIY are mutual. I know, it's just my experience. So it's not like social media ruined this for me or something.
It's like for you
it's
specifically.
just like for me specifically. I'm like
Your
whoa.
relationship to social
My
media
relationship was as a creator. Okay, and then this goes even further. So there's like certain like OG creators that now I'm like, I guess on the same plane as per se, where I'm like, the sense of whimsicalness of social media has dwindled for me because it's also my job now.
So now you see them as
Yeah.
real people instead
So
of
now
like,
it's like these are all like my mutuals, and I have, I guess, attained that feeling and vibe that I wanted back in the day.
Right.
But then now that I have it, I'm like, I really miss the feeling of like
Watching someone else.
watching someone else and being like, I wish that was my life. But I am the luckiest person
Right.
in the entire world to
Right,
have
now
it be
that-
my life.
that is
but
a crazy experience. No, because
It is interesting.
Also, when you watch anyone else's videos, you're like,
I'm like overanalyzing it.
right?
I am comparing myself. It is the thief of joy.
Yeah, you can't just enjoy it as a viewer.
Yeah. So
That's
I think
so
that's the
crazy.
one thing about social media is like some things I can't enjoy as a viewer anymore because it is my job, but I still would not trade my job for the world because obviously
Right.
it's literally the best job ever. So it's just like certain things in my life have changed over time. But I wonder if like it makes me feel really happy and nice that maybe you guys like watch our videos and you're like this,
what I
and it
was
gives you
thinking.
that same feeling of like this is so
Right?
fun. I love these people's videos, and
I think
that's what makes me really happy.
I'll even rewatch our own videos and be like, this is I don't know. I just love
Yes.
watching my own memories like in video form.
Yeah.
And when things are funnier
Especially
than I
when
remember.
we're so much like younger too.
Yeah. We have videos from years ago that I'm like, oh my God, thank God we have those.
Yeah.
And to see ourselves develop over time is also really crazy.
Hold up, wait, pause. We are back to talk about HelloFresh.
Something about me is when spring comes around, I love getting in that kitchen.
Oh,
cooking
yes.
with fresh ingredients, trying out new recipes with seasonal produce. And you know who makes that really easy? HelloFresh.
So true, girl.
We've both used HelloFresh in the past.
Yes.
Loved it. Some of my favorite recipes I've learned from HelloFresh. If you watched one of my college What I Eat in a Day videos, I made an apricot, almond, and chickpea tagine recipe from HelloFresh. And I literally make that like,
Did you ever make that for me?
yes, I make it all the time
I
now.
remember eating it.
Yeah, and I learned that recipe originally from HelloFresh, and now it's a recipe that I just know in my brain and can use
Whoa.
anytime. So shout out HelloFresh for that. They have a bunch of other epic recipes you can try though, such as chicken and pepper enchiladas, honey harissa barbecue chicken, honey mandarin chicken and pepper stir fry. Ooh, these sound delicious.
Yes.
I think entering adulthood can be a little scary, especially once you have to start cooking for yourself all the time. So
Absolutely.
HelloFresh makes it quick and easy, fresh and delicious, might I add.
I love me a HelloFresh moment. So if you guys want to try them out too, you can feel great with meals that fit your spring schedule and make the season even more delicious. Go to HelloFresh.com/twin10FM now to get 10 free meals with a free item for life. One per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. Yes, indeed.
Thanks, HelloFresh.
Thank you, HelloFresh.
What's also weird about what you said with now being a creator and watching past creators and stuff,
Yeah.
I think what is also weird about adulthood is that when you're a kid, you have all these goals that seem so unattainable, and you're like, or goals that you don't even know you have. Like when I was
Yeah.
younger, I always kind of deep down had the idea of like, I would love to make my own videos, but that's not gonna happen. Like, and I just move on with my life. And so now to be an adult and to see goals come to fruition and like dreams literally come true, and it becomes like your reality
Yeah.
instead of such like a fantastical, unrealistic thing. It is weird to live it and then not realize how much you've achieved. Because I think when you're an
Yes.
adult, you would just like accept whatever you can get, and like even the most amazing things just become like normal, and then terrible things like,
Yes.
I don't know, like nothing feels as satisfying as it should.
Yeah,
because
it's
I'm
hard
in
to
such a
celebrate
panic,
your wins.
right? Because
Yeah.
I am panicking. I'm always trying to be like in the right space, like
Yeah.
achieving as much as I can. So when I do finally achieve something, I'm just like, thank God. Like that's, it's like, it doesn't even feel
Exactly.
good. So that is also the weird part of like, if I were to really look back and count my blessings and count everything that I've done that I would be so proud of as a child, it would be, I don't like, that would blow my mind.
Yeah,
But I
literally.
go through every day just like letting it go over my head, just like chasing after the next thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that I need to,
Just practice mindfulness.
yeah, I need to practice counting my blessings and
Yeah.
being
Maybe keep a gratitude journal or
exactly
something, you know?
right, because I think when you realize those things and you think about it more, it manifests more joy in your life, and it
Exactly.
inspires you to go even further rather than like the fear mindset that has you like gripping at the next thing without realizing how far you've come.
I completely agree, girl. And I've talked about this before, but I remember when I hit 1 million subscribers,
Yeah.
like obviously amazing milestone. I was very hyped, but at the same time, it was almost like a gutting feeling
Yeah.
of like, okay, I did something that I've wanted to do for so long, that I worked so hard for.
Yeah.
I don't know what's next now. And
Yeah.
at the like,
What do you even do
I
when
don't
you
know,
hit that goal?
when you work so hard for something, and especially like again on social media, this is like maybe I don't know how
Maybe unrelatable, but
Yeah.
it's your experience. Yeah.
But I think people also have similar goals in their jobs,
Right.
in their life, whatever. But so when I'm posting videos, if it does really well, instead of me being like, yay, like it did really well, a lot of the times I feel like relieved and
Yes.
neutral.
Yes.
And then if something is bad, something does poorly, then I'm like, this sucks. And then it's like, where do I ever really feel like happy
good.
for myself? And I think, again, it's about being more mindful and being more grateful and like taking a step back and not getting actually just lost in the sauce and being like, I need to keep growing. I need to keep doing this and that. So yeah. But yeah, when I hit 1 million subscribers, amazing milestone. But at the same time, I felt super lost because I think as a YouTuber, you're expected to continue growing. And then I'm like, what am I going to aim for now? 2 million? That's a whole nother million.
But then also look at you now, girl. Oh,
I guess. Yeah. Thank you, girl. But at the same, 2 million sounds like an arbitrary number. So I'm like, what do I aim for 10 million? Like to me, I'm like, oh my God, like that's so hard. So it is interesting. But if I take a step back, I need to think, holy crap, I've worked so hard to get to where I am.
Yeah.
Let's be so freaking hyped.
Also,
I should throw a party for like 1.7 mil or like 1.8. Like I should just do that because it's so hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the number doesn't really matter. But
yeah, I think the best way to reframe your mind in terms of like career achievements and job titles and pay amount and stuff like that is just thinking, instead of so much about the title or the money and stuff like that, I think you just need to think about how fulfilled you are.
Yeah.
If you're able to provide for yourself, if you're enjoying what you're doing, trying to have fun every step of the way. And it can be really hard to focus on that side of things when life is so high pressure and there are bills to pay and milestones to achieve. I don't know. It is, oh my God, I actually feel like so existential at this moment thinking about all of my own business.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also think being in your mid-20s, the vibe kind of is being in a in-between period of your life.
Yeah.
Like right now we got no kids. I am the only person I really have to focus on right now. I don't have a family to provide for.
Yeah.
My parents are stable, like they're nearing retirement age, so everyone's like kind of starting to chill out. And then knowing that like what's around the corner potentially is starting a family, having to buy property, having to raise kids, creating the next generation of your family and stuff like that is so nuts. And I think right now in this moment, my vibe at least is not, I really am always kind of in a panic mode of trying to plan everything. Like I'm on Zillow 24/7, like seeing what are the housing prices right now? What other apartments are for rent in my area, just in case I wanted to like fully switch up my life and just like move and stuff like I don't know why I'm always on Zillow. So there is that side of me that's always in a panic trying to plan my life. But then also so much of my life depends on the people around me and I can't force anyone into making certain decisions or whatever. So my current vibe as a 23-year-old is kind of just monitoring where everyone else in my life goes and the choices that they make and seeing how I can make it work most compatibly with my life. Like, I don't know where we're all going to end up one day, but I hope it works out.
Yeah.
If Andrew decides to stay in SoCal, then like maybe that'll change things. If we all stay in, like, I don't know. It really depends on like where my family is, where my friends are. I guess the weird vibe is just waiting to see how it plays out. And being in my like early 20s, I am doing a lot of just waiting for that to happen. And I feel like by the end of my 20s, I will just see how it played out and then make my decisions from there. But also, that reminds me of this Alex G lyric. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I think the song is called Miracles. And the lyric, this was so, okay, I love Alex G. I haven't listened to him in a long time, but he's like my favorite artist since literally high school.
Yeah, since like 2014, bro.
TikTok blew this guy up, but I've been listening to his music. But anyways, from his most recent album, when I heard this lyric, it shocked me with a thought that I've never had before.
Whoa.
Like never in my life do I hear things that make me think like, holy shit, I've never even thought of that.
Whoa.
Like what the fuck? It was so crazy. It was like the most...
I need to hear it right now.
Okay,
what if
the
it
lyric
changes
is-
my life?
Right?
Yes.
Okay, think about this.
I might already know the lyric. Did you write it on your wall in high school?
Probably. No, it didn't exist in high school.
Okay.
But I love to write his lyrics on my walls. The lyric is, infinite futures become a single past. What the hell? Isn't that like so freaky? Okay, because I think of being a child and just like, remember when you're wondering like, I wonder where I'll go to college. I wonder when I'll meet my first boyfriend.
Yeah.
I wonder who my bridesmaids are going to be. I wonder when I'm going to get married. Like all of these like things like, I wonder. And as you get older, like imagine being 90 and looking back and you know every single thing that happened.
Whoa.
And it's no longer up to chance and like wondering what will happen, but knowing what happened and knowing that all of these possibilities just turned into one single life path. Like, what the hell?
Whoa.
Because
It's like the paths are my hand, and then the
They just
past
go-
is my arm.
yeah, it turns into your arm. The branches of your fingers turn into the single arm.
Yes.
I
Like
don't
a
know why.
dendrite.
Like, that thought obviously makes sense. And, like, obviously, infinite futures become a single past. And that is
Like,
an obvious
duh.
thing. Duh. But, like, when I thought about it like that, it
was very
shocked me so
profound.
hard. And it was so profound. And it kind of scared me to be like, oh my God, one day there's going to be a time where I don't have multiple options of what could happen next. I guess there's always options, but
I think that sentence kind of makes you think, oh my gosh, every choice I make is so permanent and kind of etches itself into my life story.
yeah.
So that makes the sentence kind of scary.
Right.
I personally
also
don't
kind
even
of
like
beautiful.
to think about that. Yeah, but it is kind of beautiful at the same time. Like,
Just like knowing what happened and knowing that
Yeah.
it will all end up fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like one day I will know what happened and it will be fine.
yeah.
Because I remember being in like elementary school, middle school, and being like, I wonder who I'll go to prom with. I wonder
Oh, yeah.
what college I'm going to go to. And then now, having done prom, having completely finished college with a random ass major at a school that I didn't even know existed, like, what the hell is all of this? I don't know.
Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys listening potentially, or you guys probably clicked on this video because it is titled Navigating Adult Life. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are in a similar age group as us where maybe you are going to graduate college. We're kind of coming up on graduation soon right
graduation
now.
season.
So you might be graduating and then you're like, what the hell am I going to do after college? Or maybe you are a year or two or however many post-college and you're still kind of navigating your adult life. And I would love to chat about how did we kind of adjust after we graduated? Because I think that's the
Yes.
biggest question that everyone has.
Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, because I feel like so much pressure goes into like going to college and stuff like that if you choose to do that.
It's the
And
same
now,
thing as the
when it's
1 million
over-
milestone where you're
Yeah,
like,
oh my God,
what
it's
do I do
done.
now?
Yeah, exactly. So I could not even imagine post-grad life because so much depended on college life, whatever. Now that it's over, my biggest takeaways from post-grad life have been that my community means so much to me. And I really, to make my life valuable and worth living, I really need to construct it around the people that I love. So what is annoying to me is that now that I've graduated, everyone kind of goes in a different path. Everyone moves far away, and I say, damn it. That's what adulthood is all of your friends being too far away. Literally the really annoying part, this is so annoying. Because when I was a kid, I would always hear about parents going on like their yearly friend retreat. Like meeting up with their friends once a year for a little vacation for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? That's it? Like you guys
Never
that's-
see each other?
You never see each other and like that's your big fun thing and it's
Yeah.
only for 3 days? Like what? So now that I am literally doing the exact same thing, I feel like a chump. I say, what the heck? You're telling me I don't hang out with my friends?
Me too.
Right? I'm like, this is, and I'm like, I feel too young to be doing that.
Really?
Like I'm 23 and I have a single planned trip every year
Yeah.
to see my friends and that's it. I see my friends like twice a year, which is also my choice because I did move away from where all my friends live. I moved across the country. That was my bad. Probably should have thought about that deeper.
Yeah, I feel like when I was in college, I went to college around the same area, sort of, that I went to high school.
Yes.
And so I feel like I was really a local girl, right?
True,
So I
true.
feel like when I graduated college, I was kind of like, wow, like I still have such a community around me because I think depending what your vibe is, like if you go to a college far away and then you have more friends that spread out.
Yeah.
I was on the vibe where like a lot of people
Everyone
from my
was-
college were from my area.
Yeah.
Also, everyone stayed in our area. It's like
Yes.
a small hometown vibe.
Yes.
So when I first graduated college, I was like, this is great. The community's great. But I did ultimately end up moving to New York. That's when I was like, I literally have no community now.
Yeah. Well,
So it's kind of, I kind of did it to myself in a way.
but the alternative is always staying in one place, which now that I've made these life choices and
Yeah.
moved far away, I kind of wish there's a part of me that says, I wish I just always stayed in one place so that I could
Really?
just always have my same friends. Like,
Yeah.
why am I so far away from my family? Why am I far away from my friends? I set up my stupid life to be all in these
You're
different
like,
places.
why am I living away from my parents?
Right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, I miss my parents.
No,
And
literally. And
I
like,
have,
that's the one thing is like, we're missing also years of our parents' lives.
yeah.
By not,
I mean,
we're still pretty close to them and I literally see them all the time.
thank God.
But
But yeah.
it's really important to me to also be with our parents,
Right,
as
'cause it's not
we
like-
all age, and that's also why when I was living at home, like especially during COVID, I like did not take that for granted living with our parents.
That is special.
Yeah,
Because it's their first time living too. Like they're also
Yes.
getting older. It's not just us. Like the difference between like 40 to 60 years old is crazy. Like
Yeah.
them going through that change in their life is also huge. And like I want to be there with them.
Yeah.
But I have friends that have always lived in our hometown and have never moved away. And they have a lot of that guilt of saying, oh my God, I wish I made some decisions for myself. I wish I'd branched out and like moved somewhere new. So there's a lot of like shame that they feel with that.
like they didn't reach their full potential. Or
Yeah, like they
something.
think there must be more out there for them.
Yeah,
And then on the opposite side of that, I have the jealousy of someone. I have the jealousy of looking at that person and saying, but you have everyone you love in one place.
Yeah.
And you never have to travel like 6 hours to go access another part of your life. And I'm like, oh my God. So there really is no winning. I feel like,
Yeah.
honestly, the best version of life would be if planes didn't exist, no one could move, you lived in your community your whole life, and you didn't know there was a possibility to move far away, so you were just happy. That really is the win.
yeah. I wonder what it would be like if people were more friends with their neighbors and there was like more
Right, I
community
wanna-
structure. And
neighborly.
growing up,
We
I
were
was
pretty close.
Yeah, we had neighbors that are like same age as us as kids, and that I freaking love that. Like growing up in a neighborhood with other
Yes.
kids that are my age was so fun because we really had that like neighborly bond in the
Right?
neighborhood,
And the
which was
parents
amazing.
relying on each other for like babysitting.
Yeah.
And that is just good
It's
stuff.
an amazing vibe.
I
where-
pray we have that one day.
Bro, me too. But I'm like
Please.
scared. I'm like, does that even exist anymore? Are kids even going outside, bruh?
I
I'm gonna
don't
make my kids go
know.
outside. So, however, my dream ideal situation is we have all of our friends and I force them to live in a cul-de-sac with me.
Yes.
So
Suburbia.
hopefully that's the vibe. Would love to
Suburbia
be on a
neighborhood.
suburban vibe in a cul-de-sac with all my friends.
Right? I feel like we
think
could
that's everyone's
do that.
dream.
But then the hard part is that where is a cul-de-sac with like 8 open houses ready for sale?
I'm going to absolutely just build it.
We're going to build the cul-de-sac.
Kidding. I don't know, but or just even like living in the same general area as your friends. Like, you
Same
know what I
town.
mean? Like same town, same school system would be really fun. Like
Cousins. Having
Cousins.
cousins.
that are near you would be fire. We've never really had cousins that live near
Nearby.
us. So,
I would love it. Oh my God. Imagine your kid hanging out with your cousins.
bro, I have friends that are like, I'm best friends with my cousin.
Right?
I'm
That
like,
is a
whoa,
crazy life.
fire.
Blessed.
Blessed. But yeah, that would be amazing. And I hope I live near some of my friends. However, I already know some of my friends are like, well, I want to live here. And then other friends are like, well, I want to live here. And I'm like, okay, these places are really far away from each
Yeah.
other. So
It's
I don't
also
know.
crazy. I don't know how much our friends will change over the years because I don't know where we'll make friends in the future. Like I
Yeah.
feel like all of my friend making has been done. Like at this age, I'm like, there's no one else. Isn't it
Bruh.
crazy that there's a possibility that there are best friends out there that you haven't met yet? I
Yeah.
always used to think that in high school, and it's weird now that we have so many more friends. I'm like, whoa. Like if I think about Nick and Michaela, we didn't
Yeah.
know they existed a couple years ago, and then
Yeah.
now we hang out with them like every day.
yeah.
It's so weird. Maybe there's people like that in the future that we haven't met yet. So that is a weird thought. But yeah, when I think about like our futures, I want to build my future around the people that I have right now. But I wonder how much that's going to change. Guys, if anyone older than like 25 is listening to this, comment down below. Were most of your friends from your early 20s your friends later into your life? I think our parents'
Yeah.
friends all are their friends from like their mid 20s
Bro,
too.
dad is still best friends with all of his college friends. And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, that's
Good for
actually
him.
impressive.
He loves his friends.
Yeah, literally.
Every day he's like, Dave James just called me. Joey just sent me a photo of his new dirt bike.
Bro,
I'm
they
like,
have like a group chat and I'm
with like
like,
25
oh
people.
my God.
Yeah. That'll be
pretty
us one day
fire.
though.
Bro, I hope so.
Yes. Munchers group chat will last
Yes.
forever. Let's hope. But yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
What has been the best and worst year you've had of adulthood so far?
Best and worst?
Yes.
I've only had like 3 years of adulthood.
And which ones were the best and the worst?
I feel like they were all pretty good.
Oh,
I guess
that's
if I
amazing.
had to rank them, maybe last year would be on the bottom. I feel like there was a lot
Because
of...
we're living together or what?
Yeah, it's because of you, girl.
Oh my God.
Specifically, being your roommate is what made me put that as the lowest tier.
Oh.
I think, well, actually, all 3 years have kind of bled in together for me.
Yeah. You never had... I'm glad that you haven't had a year where you're like, this
Stands
literally
out.
sucked.
No, but generally, there's been a tinge of like weird, anxious feelings for the past couple years where when I look at my life, I say, I'm doing pretty good. I have my dream job. I live in a good place. I have my friends around for them, like, or I have my family around.
Yeah.
But then there's also a part of me that's like, is this it? Like, it doesn't feel like, obviously I know like,
Oh, like, are you just going to keep doing this?
right? I'm like, is this like the path I just set up to keep doing forever? I know
Yeah.
obviously we won't live in this apartment forever. I'll probably move. I think it is kind of just like the hamster wheel of like choosing your career path and thinking
and
like,
you're like, this is my career path
Am I
now.
choosing this or like, will this change one day? And if it
Yeah.
is going to change one day, should I just change it now?
And what would you change it to?
I feel like I could use my degree.
Oh,
I'm not really
like
using
something
my
in film.
something in TV or film, but then it's like,
Okay.
I don't really know how to even
Get into that.
get into, like, I guess I hypothetically know, but then the idea of actually doing that seems so horrifying. And then to actually be at like the, what's it called? The disposal of
Yes.
someone else.
I mean, I think it just depends if you want to do it or not. And if you decide you want to do it, then you can go for it. But I think
think-
you don't know if you want to do it or not. And that's
yeah, the only
question.
interesting thing is that like, I like the idea of having an actual job that has structure and like I'm being told by someone else what tasks to do.
Yeah.
But then also there's the downside of that where someone else is telling me what tasks to do.
Yeah.
But then at least I don't have to like make so many decisions in my own brain. I just
Yeah.
like do what I'm told.
And the job would probably be
kinda
more stable.
I mean,
Maybe.
I don't even actually know if that job would be more stable.
Oh, yeah.
So that's something maybe I'll have to discover one day for myself. But yeah, I think the feeling is that like now that I'm in this phase of my life where things are just unfolding and I'm watching them unfold, I'm like, damn, am I just really watching this happen? Like I'm just watching my life paint its picture.
Yeah.
And things that I thought, I don't know. It's just weird to watch it happen in front of your own eyes. That is the thing.
Yeah. I feel like I get what you mean.
Right?
Yeah, I think because okay, here's what I think you mean. I'm going to analyze this.
Okay.
So when you're younger, there's like all these milestones, whatever, school, college, etc. Now that you have a job, you're like,
I did
okay,
it.
I guess this is what I have for the rest of my life? Question mark.
Yeah.
And that's
And-
kind of scary to think about.
Thank God right now I still have, well, actually, I don't know. I have so much anxiety about the things that are still unknown. Like, will I have kids? Will I get married? Where will I end up settling down? So at least there's still like kind of the thrill of those things that are not done yet.
Yeah.
But then also those things not being done yet gives me so much panic. Just like my past
Really?
milestones gave me a sense of
Like
panic.
you feel panicked about like, oh my God, I'm gonna have kids in the future or something.
I mean, it's not like I'm worried that I won't achieve the things I want to achieve, but just
thinking about it, you're like, holy crap, that will happen.
Yeah.
But I always think about like, because I can't imagine that mom never had me around.
yeah,
As
she
a
had
kid,
a whole life with
like she had a
yeah.
whole life and like didn't know what I looked like, didn't know my name, didn't know anything about me. Like,
Right.
Well, like if we have kids, like we'll have kids that literally
We have no concept
I
of.
have no concept of my kid right now. Like I don't know what they look like. Like whoa, and then suddenly like they will be like the biggest part of my
Full
life.
people.
Yeah, and they'll be
Yeah.
full people.
I don't.
That's
freaking
insane.
know. No, honestly, okay, maybe this is a little bit not trad wife, but like trad woman of me. But
God.
I really think I don't know if this is like a horror.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it
Let's
without
hear
judgment.
it.
Let's hear
okay.
it.
Well, I don't think it's a bad thing to say. It's just kind of like a weird thing to say.
Okay.
I feel like my life makes so little sense right now, and I feel like the moment I have kids, it will make more sense.
Oh, I mean, your kids give you purpose for
exactly.
sure.
I think
Then you're living to help support your kids.
that's what I think. Right now, the only person I have to really support is myself, and that makes
And
me
I
feel
don't give a
uneasy.
fuck. Just
no,
kidding.
exactly. Like I feel uneasy about that because I'm like I don't really care about myself.
Well, you should.
No, I get that, but like I feel like my purpose in life comes from like
helping others.
helping others or helping the people in my life or wanting to build my life around other people. Not so much about like my own personal opinions or like
Yeah.
because it's like, what do I want to do that's just for me as an individual?
Yeah.
Like the things I want to do are all built around the people in my life. So I feel like once I have a family, then I will have something to focus on and things that I can always work on.
Yeah.
And like it will give me a sense of purpose that right now I don't have. And I guess I should just think of myself as the child and live my life for myself. But I think since I was little, I've always been like excited to be a mom. So I think
Like
that, right,
you were a baby doll kid.
yeah, I had baby dolls. When we had like little cousins, I loved to hold them. And then everyone in our family would be like, Amber's gonna be a good mom one
No,
day.
I literally know Amber's gonna be a good mom. And
Well,
I always say
period.
this, I feel like you're just gonna have a kid and you're just gonna pop him out.
Bro, right? And
I'm
like, I think too.
She's gonna have
Bro,
easy childbirth. I just feel the vibe.
knock on wood.
Yeah,
I
knock on
hope I have
wood.
an easy childbirth. I feel like I have childbearing hips. That's all I gotta say. So in my head, I'm like, this shit's gonna be easy for me.
Oh my god.
Please, God, be easy for me. If it's
Yeah.
not, I will freak the F out. But yeah, I feel like deep down, maybe that's just nature. Is like I have that weird maternal instinct to
that's literally
procreate and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
Yo, pause.
No. I mean that in like a normal way of like maybe that's just like what I personally am like set out to do.
I mean,
and that will
I
make
think
me happy.
any animal is like that is instinctually what
Right?
you do.
Right? And without kids right now, not like I want to have kids right now at all. I do not want to have kids anytime soon. But I think that will give me. I look forward to the day that I can kind of just like own a house. Let's hope have a
Yes.
husband, and then I just get to think about my kids. I hate thinking about myself. I would love to think about my damn kids.
Yeah. I mean, I think growing up, the parents very much so instilled the values of sharing and of being nice for other people. And I think in a certain way that makes us just be like, oh, we wanted to just help other people.
Right? I only want
That's,
to
like,
think
the whole
about
thing.
others.
Yeah.
So
I think it's
that's-
also potentially a girl thing,
that we're like selfless.
not to be
We
gender
are.
specific.
No, but girls do have that selfless,
have like the
vibe.
empathetic, selfless vibe.
Yeah.
It's just built in, bro.
Right? So I think the goal right now of my 20s should be to rewire my brain to focus on myself as much as I can, because when else will I have the chance?
Yes. And right now, you are the most important person in your life, and bettering yourself will only make you a better mom and a better wife in the future, girl.
This is so crazy. We're
Yes.
so Nara Smith,
I am
ballerina farm
Nara
right now.
Smithing. Yes.
Nara Smithing the hell out of us. Oh my
Yes.
God.
But I think, I don't know, like having kids and feeling purpose from your kids, like that's not something to be like, oh, that's like really
Awkward.
like
I mean, it's
awkward.
obviously not a shameful thing.
Obviously, bruh.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I do kind of think like I wish I was more self-centered in a way, but I'm just not built like that. Like I'm not built to
Yeah.
have like really big goals or aspirations for myself. My goal is just like to be comfortable and like have fun.
And I love that.
What
for
else
you.
do I need to do? I don't know, right?
Literally.
Literally, what else do I need to do?
I feel that.
Well,
That's
yes.
amazing.
Well, period. I think we could get into our favorites of the week if
For
you'd
sure.
like.
So my favorite of the week is cooking food for my husband. I'm just kidding.
Oh, running our homestead.
Running my homestead, getting the eggs from the chickens, and cooking my husband breakfast is my favorite.
What's your real favorite, queen?
My current favorite thing in general is shirts with built-in pads in them.
Oh, like bra pads?
Yes, because I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm just wearing one right now. It's very supportive
Amazing.
and nice. And while I do agree with free the nip, sometimes I just don't want to free the nip.
Yeah.
Because although in a world where it was just for the female gaze, then I'm loving to show my nipples, yes. However, I'm very uncomfortable if I'm near any man ever, if my nips are out. So I can't help it. So I just prefer to wear a padded bra.
There you go. And I love a padded shirt so that you don't have to
Yes.
have also bra lines.
Yes. And it's just so comfy for me. And
Wins a win.
I feel very secure and happy.
Amazing.
Thank
and what's
you.
your favorite about yourself?
And my favorite thing about myself is, due to this conversation, I think back on, wow, I really had the guts and the courage to move to New York City.
Period.
And I
What
love
the hell
how
are we doing?
courageous I am. And you were also, mom always talks about this, you're so courageous to randomly go out to California for college, even though none of the kids, I feel like really like my mom was like, or not my mom, I feel like our parents were like, oh, well, just of course go to college on the East Coast. Like California wasn't even a thought because honestly, it's so
fucking
far
random.
away.
Yeah.
It's so far away. If you're like European or something, like
It's
like
literally,
going to like 2 countries away from you, literally. So
10 countries away from you.
straight up.
3 time zones away.
Yeah.
It's so nuts.
So far.
Wait, so that's your favorite?
So my favorite is me being
you were brave.
courageous, but then I'm also saying that you are also very courageous.
Thanks, Queen.
Yes.
Wow.
Of course.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, my favorite of the week, not actually my favorite, but this conversation has kind of made me think about this. Charlie XCX's song, I Think About It All the Time. I don't actually love that song, and I've only listened to it, I think, twice.
Can you sing it for me?
I don't even know how it goes.
I don't know if I like that song.
Okay, I just played it for Ashley, and it does not sound amazing, but the lyrics are about, like, considering parenthood, and
Whoa,
Charli
really?
XCX is, like, at the point in her life where, like, technically she's at the age where she could be settling down and having a family,
Whoa.
but then there's the expectation to keep working, and it's like, what does that mean
Because she's
to be?
a pivotal point in her career.
Right? I mean, when she released Brat, she wasn't, like, as big. It was a post-Brat that she shot up. So now that's even more crazy to think about for her, because she's like, holy shit, now I really can't step away.
Yeah.
So you have to make the most of this crazy opportunity. So I feel like any working person can think that, where they're like, I could consider a family, or I could consider developing myself further and like really trying to develop my own career and stuff.
Yeah. Also, the pressure to feel like you need to have everything figured out in order to have a kid by a certain time.
Yeah.
Have your life figured out by a certain time.
Right?
Is a lot.
So I don't know. I'm actually not thinking about motherhood that much these days. I know this conversation made me think like it
makes it
sound
sound like we are.
I'm always thinking about it.
Yeah.
But it's just like a singular thought that I have sometimes, as one does. So it's weird. And also knowing that Charli XCX is like older than us
And
by
thinking
however
the
much.
same
And
thoughts.
yeah, hearing her thoughts from like a few years ahead, like I'll have thoughts closer to that in like 7 years. That's weird. It opens up my mind to many things. That's all I can say. And then my favorite thing about myself is, I don't know if this is really about me, but about my life is I love my nostalgic memories. When you were talking about that earlier, I'm like, holy crap. When
need to
I
write these
think
down.
about, right, I'm like, when I think about my life on earth and the things that matter to me, it really is those waves of nostalgia and like those core memories. That's
Core
such a TikTok
memories.
term, but like it literally is a core memory. Those things mean so. Dang it! Guys, the mic's died. So we're going to talk closer to the camera now and use the camera audio for the last literally 30 seconds.
Yes.
But when I think about those nostalgic moments and my childhood whimsy, it really makes me consider what matters the most in the world and those feelings that I want to have in my life. Like when I am so stressed out and freaking out and all this stuff, I just have to bring myself back to those moments and be like, that's literally what matters on earth.
That's what life is about.
That is what life is about.
I almost forgot.
What?
This is what it's all about.
Literally, I almost forgot this is what life is all about.
Yes.
Dead ass. That's what it's about.
Wow.
Well, anyways.
And listening to the beautiful twin sisters.
That-
And listening to the beautiful twin sisters is really what it's all about.
Literally. Guys, comment down below your favorite nostalgia core memory. Mine is sitting at my desk in elementary school and it's raining and I'm carving things in the desk with my pencil.
You were one of those kids.
Sometimes if someone
Shame on
else
you.
no, if
Shame on
someone
you,
else
girl.
if someone else already started carving something in the desk, I will join in, but I won't start the thing. That's my hot take. That's my unpopular opinion. I carve in a desk sometimes.
Whoa. My favorite nostalgic memory is when I was really little and I counted to 100 for the first time.
That's crazy.
And I remember being on the swinging back and forth, and then I counted to 100, and then I was like, I did it! And that's probably low-key also the last time I ever counted to 100 out loud, because why would I ever do that again?
Bro, next episode, let's just count to 100.
Yeah, let's do that.
That would be nuts.
Well, anyways, we love you guys. We created a core memory right now. So, hope you enjoyed, and beautiful twin sisters, out.
Beautiful twin sisters.
Sisters, 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 sisters.